Okay, this news. A 69-year-old Jewish man died after an altercation at counter-protests for Israel and one for Palestine outside Los Angeles. Fox News' William LaJeunesse, he's live in L.A. with the story. William.
Hey, Liz, police are still trying to gather video evidence or surveillance evidence to show them exactly what happened. But it was Sunday afternoon. You had dueling anti- and pro-Israeli demonstrators squared off on different corners at an intersection near Los Angeles. Moments later, 69-year-old Paul Kessler, seen here carrying the Israeli flag, was dead.
Investigators have not ruled out the possibility of a hate crime, and this is being investigated as a homicide.
So the sheriff's department interviewed a 50-year-old man and searched his home, but made no arrest. Witnesses say the suspect crossed the street and then hit Kessler over the head with a megaphone, knocking him to the ground. Kessler died on Monday at the hospital, not from the megaphone strike, according to the autopsy, but the impact of his head on the sidewalk. Now, at this point, you've got there's video of a Palestinian man who suspects say was involved, who is explaining things to a sheriff's deputy on exactly what occurred, how Kessler was struck with the megaphone. Now, some Jewish supporters wanted to confront the larger Palestinian group, but elected not to.
I turned around. I looked him square in the eyes. I said, "Don't you move. If you go over there, I'm going over there, and it's not going to end well for anybody."
So Monday, area Jews held a candlelight vigil. The Los Angeles Jewish Federation released a statement saying, "Violence against our people has no place in a civilized society. We demand safety. We are not going to tolerate violence against our community, and we will do everything in our power to prevent it." So, Liz, the question now is, when will police make an arrest? And did they find any evidence at the suspect's home to support a hate crime?
Got it.
Back to you.
William LaJeunesse, thanks for bringing us the story. It's good to see you. Let's welcome from House Oversight, Congressman Byron Donalds. So you see that, Congressman, what's going on here in the U.S. I want you to listen to this. Senator Mitch McConnell, he really went after former President Obama's latest remarks on Israel. The former president drawing an equivalence, he was criticized for that, between Israel and what Hamas did, and calling Israel Gaza an occupation. Watch this.
President Obama used the same breath to express his horror at both Hamas violence and a supposed Israel occupation of Gaza. In reality, the only force that has occupied Gaza since 2007 is Hamas, not Israel. The former president also said, quote, "All of us are complicit to some degree." That's simply false. Responsibility lies with the terrorists. Last week, an especially radical House Democrats repeated to her followers a call to eliminate the Jewish state from the river to the sea. Apparently, Jews can live in peace with Palestinians as long as they vacate Israel.
What do you say, Congressman?
I say, first and foremost, that as a country, we will stand with Israel. We must stand with Israel. I think to what President Obama said, it was frankly out of line and wasn't realistic with what's happening in Israel, not just as we speak, but even before October 7th. And let's be very clear. This terror attack, this barbarism, this terror was brought by Hamas and Hamas alone. It was unjustified. The parents and the children that live in kibbutz in southern Israel did not do anything to the Palestinian people. The kids who were at that music concert, they were not any part of holding back the Palestinian people from being able to live free. And so for Hamas, the political entity that controls the Gaza Strip, to launch this heinous attack is wrong. There is no justification. There is no moral equivalency. They were completely wrong. It is evil, and everybody needs to recognize that. To parse politics or to try to justify your previous political position on the Palestinian issue is, to me, abhorrent. It shows a lack of leadership, and it shows a lack of an ability to realize when you were wrong from a foreign policy perspective and the necessary attitude to reverse course and do what's right, not just for the Israeli people, but for people around the globe. We cannot tolerate this kind of moral relativism that Barack Obama and others are trying to bring to this situation, because there is no moral relativism.
So there's a split deepening in the Democrat Party. I mean, more Democrats co-signed a letter condemning Congresswoman Tlaib for her repeating Hamas's slogan to wipe out Israel from the river to the sea and encouraging her supporters not to back the president. She says today people are trying to silence her. She faces 2 censure resolutions. Is she condemning Hamas enough for their brutal terrorism? Is she saying Hamas needs to go?
No, she's not saying that. And let me be also clear about the censure resolution. Rashida Tlaib and any other member of Congress, you're free to speak your mind. Nobody's taking that away from you. But when your words are in direct opposition to the will of the House and the move of the House, and frankly, the foreign policy objectives and stated goals of the United States government, then yeah, you open yourself up to censure. Hey, that's just the way it is. There's nothing else to say about it.
Got it. Congressman Donald, thanks for joining us tonight. It's good to see you.
Thank you.